My name is Manile, and today I'm going to present about my internship experience with OpenSI. All right, so this will be the contents for today. It will be about industry report and the learning outcome achieved compared with the unit outline, and also the task undertaken. All right, let's start with the first one. All right, so OpenSI or Open Source Institute is an initiative at University of Canberra. Just give me a moment. Is an initiative at University of Canberra focusing on open source research, innovation, and collaboration to develop technology solution for real-world problems. And their mission is to lead as Australia's primary nonprofit supporting open source technologies in research, development, education, and implementation. And their vision is for open source solution to drive significant changes, foster collaboration, and empower individuals to shape a digital landscape that's sustainable and inclusive. All right, so this is the simple organizational chart for Cosmic Project. We have Professor Carlos, Aslan, and also Adnan. All right, so to be successful in the internship required knowledge, skill, and attributes as follows. So I think technical skill and also soft skills are very important. Technical skills such as React for front end, Python for back end, and also a little bit of debugging skill also required. While for soft skills, we have like communication, teamwork, critical thinking, and adaptability also required in the internship. All right, so move on to the second point, which is about learning outcomes compared to the unit outline. So I think I achieved all four of them. The first one is integrate knowledge and information to clarify and address real-world problems. For example, I integrated both front-end and back-end knowledge to implement chat session functionality, so that users could interact and communicate with the Cosmic or with the AI services through the Cosmic platform interface. Another point is also about applied theory, knowledge, and skill gained during the course to work-based practices. For example, I applied knowledge skills relating to RESTful API to develop features like downloading, deleting, and viewing available AI models for Cosmic platform. And the third point, it's about communicate effectively and respectfully with diverse individuals and communities. So I think I'm actively asking questions and participating in meetings and also communicating with the sponsor and team members. And gradually, I've developed a better understanding of what Cosmic is all about and the system, and become a bit more independent in completing the development tasks that I'm required to complete and also contributing back to the project. And the third point, and the last point will be evaluate and reflect upon professional work practices, standards, and cultures. So for work practices, I think the team follow agile methods. So we have weekly sprint planning or progress review, so that these practices promote accountability, transparency, continuous improvement, and ensure project alignment. While for professional standard, the team follow professional software development practices, such as using Git, pull requests for code review before merging changes to the main branch. And the third one would be workplace culture. So I think I find everyone is very supportive, active, and willing to help each other. For example, while I was struggling with the chat, building the chat API endpoint, my teammate Bing, without hesitation, he just came and helped, and we are able to move forward to the next task together. Yep, so now let's move on to the task undertaken. So, well, basically a little bit about Cosmic. It's just for Cosmic, for the full form, it's Cognitive System for Machine Intelligent Computing, which is an AI-driven system that integrate multiple AI tools using small language models. And I am tasked to do mainly the front end, building specifically the chat interface, configuration page, model page, and user page. And also I involved with the backend as well, especially integrating the front end components with the backend APIs, and also building the API at the backend themselves sometime. Yeah. And these are the tools that I've used. React for the front end interface, Python specifically, the Fast API for the API for the back end development and the API creation, and also the GitHub for the version control and team collaboration, and also Docker mainly for deployment and also containerization. And also we have Figma for the design and prototyping, and also we use Jira for task management and also sprint tracking and project collaboration. All right, so this is a little bit about data compile, material review, work I produce. So let's go to the data needed to be compiled. So since I work on building the front end, so data involved will be chart session data, configuration data, model data like the name of the model, the size of the model, and also the user data as well. Material review, so I need to review like the Cosmic backend code and also the Cosmic system architecture and DevOps flow. All right, so let's see what I produced. This is what I produced. The first page would be the chat session. So now the user can communicate with Cosmic. They can talk, chat with the AI, and we'll get the response back. And also admin now can able to see the user, how many user, and they can delete the user and also update the role of the user to from user to admin, something like this. And also now the admin can download model. Now they can see the size of the model. They can also delete the model and stuff like that. And also admin can now change the parameter of the Cosmic and save as well. Yep. So how my work impacted OpenSI. The first one regarding mission support. So this support, my work support the organization missions of advancing open source technology in research, development, education, and implementation. And the benefits will be my work enhance the usability, functionality, and integration of Cosmic platform, and also support for future Cosmic product development by providing a foundation for the future features and also the improvement. Now, how it impact me, I think the main two things that I can think of will be learn to be flexible and adapt quickly to changes in real world development environment. Like for example, so the semester's gonna end in week 13, and during week 11, we have issue. We have like sort of a conflicting issue between front end and back end. So when the back end, especially when the back end chart session data structure changed after the front end had already been implemented, I have to change accordingly. So I have to be very quick, adjusted the front end logic and data handling to maintain the compatibility between the systems, both the front end and the back end. And the second point I think I've learned is about how to collaborate in real world software development environment. For example, through Git workflow, we have to pull requests and let other review our code before merging to the main branch. And we also receive code review from members. So we learn their code, how they solve the problems and stuff like that before merging to the main branch. So these practices I do not get to learn from my studies, but I get to practice when I do the internship with OpenSI. Yep, I think that would be all from me as well. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Manil. Thank you for your presentation. It was a great presentation. And now I will open the floor to audience if they have any question. Please feel free to unmute your mic or pop in chat. All right. I'll ask. So my question would be for Bing and Manil. It's up to you guys, like how you want to respond it. So if I ask you like obviously, like you shared your journey with OpenSI, what you lack during your learning um, in your coursework, and what was missing in that. If I ask you, like, what or how the overall teaching can be enhanced in terms of, like, for example, like what skills or like what practices that you have developed that could actually be integrated in the classroom. So how would you say, or like what would be your feedback in that perspective? Uh, is for you both, Manil or Bin?
Um, I would say that the during the internship, I I think like the fact that every week we have a meeting and freely to share what we have been doing, any issue that we get along so far, and everyone just help each other like in a very, I guess, in a very professional way. It's a good thing to bring that over to um, into what's it called into like classes through every unit, because just for my own experience, when I work on many group assignments, that um, um, these skills that we need to helping each other out wasn't actually being used actively or a lot.
Thank you, Bin.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, I think I agree with Bing when it comes to teamwork because teamwork require a lot in the classroom because we have a lot of assignment, group works and stuff. So we need to have like we have to learn how to communicate with one another, especially like for example, after learning the agile practice with OpenSI, I am able to apply that practice with the teamwork. So we are able to track our tasks, being transparency with where we are now, what we have done, and stuff like that. So this practice is very important when it comes to working in a team. So I would say teamwork and the idea of agile. I'll implement that into the classroom. Yes.
thank you, Manil.
Thank you, Hassan.
I think we have one question from Frank.
Thank you for two great presentations. I liked the mix of technical content about what you did, what you achieved, together with what you learned and what you developed. So that was really good. The question I have though is for both of you actually. I'm pretty sure that when you finished your internship, you still felt that lots of things would need to be done. So what's your, because the work is never finished. So what is your view on future work on Cosmic from the perspective of the work that you yourself have done?
Sorry, Frank, you mean like what can be further developed?
Yeah, exactly.
I can I think I can do that. So right now, my work is just one part, one small contribution to Cosmic. Like I've done the chart interface, the model and the user and the configuration, but there are so many more parts of Cosmic. Like for example, you need authentication, you need more services like integrating with RAG. So there are many parts that the front end can do and further develop. And also what I'm developing right now also have some bugs that that can be fixed and stuff like that. So there are many services that Cosmic trying to implement further. And this is just a foundation. So they can further develop that by authentication and also dividing admin, user, and stuff like that.
Perfect. Thanks. And Bing, what do you see from your perspective?
Because my one working on the backend, mostly with the database, I do see that there lots of things in Cosmic that can be improved, mainly on how the current system is architectured. Because I've been helping very much like just modifying and fixing around all the different repos that we have right now to make sure it's very consistent, so that even if we continue the internship or anyone joining new, it's way much more easier to read on the documentation or the current repo and work on it and help us out to fix it. But there's one main thing that I think Cosmic can improve from now on is to have like better documentation. That's what I guess.
Yeah, that's important too. So you think the future interns will have great internships too?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's very great to have extended or everyone join new to the Cosmic internship.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Any more questions? Carlos, do you want to add anything before we round up?
I would just say great work, guys. It was really pleasure to have you guys doing that internship. And as OpenSI is developed Cosmic as open source, you guys learn that you guys can continue contributing, continue collaborating. You know how to do a PR now. We are going to be reviewing your code, your contribution, your ideas. And yeah, don't be a stranger for OpenSI. We would love to continue working with you too. And thank you so much for this time. It was very great. And we do have our last spring meeting this afternoon. Don't forget. Okay.
Alrighty, probably you should just wind up, and thank you everyone. Thank you for your time and joining in, and keep supporting the interns and keep supporting the OpenSI and the great mission. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.